to the channel. I am Sabyra, aka Sabythesimmer. Hope you're doing well this Tuesday, and we are back with another speed build. It is quite similar to a build I've done, but I think it's different still. It's different enough for it to be like an actual speed build and not be just like, oh, go and just watch another speed build. But as you might remember, if you're new here, hi, welcome into this little space that I've created here on the internet, where we just do Sims builds and talk about Sims, and basically that's it. A lot of Sims soul content. But if you're not new, I did a build and it was for grandparents and their teen daughter, and it was like a red bungalow. I've done it for my New Crest series, which I'm struggling to like see what builds I want to do next. I don't know if I should stick to the same neighborhood or move on and do another neighborhood in New Crest. I'm just not sure yet, but we'll get back to that when I actually go back to that series. But yeah, it's kind of similar to that one because it is red, and I feel like they kind of just look similar because they are both one-story homes. But this shape, when I saw it on Pinterest, I was gonna say on the gallery, when I saw it on Pinterest, I was like, I have to build this. I have to try, because I've never built a build like this before, where you have the like chimney at the front of the house. I don't think I've ever done that before. I think I've done it maybe before in stream with like a farmhouse build. This one I just thought was so cute. I'm gonna pop the reference image that I used for this build on the screen right now. It did come with a floor plan as well, I believe. I can't remember if it did. I think it didn't actually. I think I had to create the floor plan myself, but it's one story. It wasn't that hard. I just kind of like tweak things and move things around. Tweak things and move things around as and when I feel necessary, really. So a few things change as I go on with this build. But yeah, I think the back was a bit of a struggle, and then I did struggle a bit with the roofing. So on the image there is some like dormers, and then also you got the chimney in the front. So I was trying to make sure there's enough space for the roofs to sit there and not clip in and all that kind of stuff. But then also the main front like panel, which you can see I'm doing right like now, that main piece of the roof, that like long piece, is kind of separated in the build that I saw in the picture. Like it looks like it should be one piece of roof, but like I couldn't make it work as one piece, so I tried to split it into two, and I feel like that kind of worked out a little bit better for me. And just like having issues with the roofs clipping into different parts of the roof and the build and all that kind of stuff, so I had to like tweak around the shape of the build in a way that I wasn't completely happy with, because sometimes you can end up with dead space. But I think I made it work. And then yeah, I just went in with the shape. I feel like I cut out a bit of the roofing because honestly it was just a big faff. But things do slightly change as I go along anyway. But for the most part, yeah, I kept most of it in. I think I just clipped out some of the roofing because it was just long. And it is a bit of a longer speed build today. I hope you guys don't mind that. I think when it comes to me, I've realized that I am actually a slow builder. Like, I thought I was quite fast, but when I think about it, I'm like, it takes me about 6 to 8 hours to make a build. I think this one, when I sped it up, how long was that? I think it was like an hour of footage all sped up. I can't remember actually. So I didn't have a lot to work with in terms of like, I didn't have to edit like at least 2 hours of footage kind of thing. But I like it when my builds are like around 8 hours, because I'm used to that. But I can't imagine doing a build longer than that. Saying that, the next build that I've got to edit and put up for next week is one that took me like a separate days to finish. So like I would go back and I was like, oh, I don't know how I feel, and then I had to go back into it, then I left it, then I came back and all that kind of stuff. So I think I finished editing this video, then I went back to the build and was like, let me finish the build because I've already started, kind of thing. But yeah, hopefully that's not too many hours to edit. I haven't looked at the footage yet, so I don't know how many hours it is, and I'm scared because I think it's going to be quite a few hours. Anyway, so the stats for this build is a residential home. It's on a 30 by 30 lot. I built this in Brindleton Bay, but obviously you can put it in any world that you have if you don't have the Cats and Dogs world. But I just thought, I haven't built much in Brindleton Bay, and I feel like it just fit the vibe, and also it kind of went along with the storyline that I had for the Sims like we're living here, which I'll get into. So yeah, it's on a 30 by 30 lot. There's only one bathroom and there's 2 bedrooms, and the cost of this build is 90,737 simoleons. So it's probably not one of the most expensive builds I've done, but it's also not one of the cheapest. So my bad. But what I had in mind for the Sims that lived here, I thought it could be a single dad with his son. Oh yeah, also the location of this lot is the 30 by 30 lot in Brindleton Bay, but it's called the Domus Familiaris. I believe that's what the lot name was called. Just in case you wanted to know where I placed it, that's where I placed it. Which I don't think I've ever built on this lot before either, so that was an interesting experience. But anyway, I thought it was a single dad And I wanted to include some of the high school years items, so I went kind of crazy with that. So I had to do a teen, obviously. So a single dad with a teen. I can imagine that the dad is like very outdoorsy, likes to be out, does a lot of fishing, probably does a lot of walks. And I feel like Brindleton Bay works a lot for that, because there's just a lot of areas to just have walks around, and there's just a lot of like a nice coastal area where you would imagine people would go for walks in the morning, or like walk their dogs and things like that. So I imagine that he was training dogs in his spare time, but he actually works as a football coach, probably at the Copperdale High school. I believe the school is called Copperdale High School. I believe that's what it's called, but I could be just making it up. I would imagine Surf the World's called Copperdale, but yeah, I could be wrong, but I think that's what it's called. So he is, yeah, a coach, a football coach, and then he trains dogs on like the weekends or you need spare time, because I can imagine you're probably not coaching every single day kind of thing, so you probably have a bit of space. I don't know, I've never been a coach. But I can imagine he has a bit of spare time and he does a lot of training for dogs. So I put some like dog training equipment in the back, which I have never used in my gameplay. I don't often have dogs, I tend to have cats, and if I have dogs they normally get run away a lot more often than cats do, because I just forget to walk them, and I feel like they need too much more than cats do, so I just tend not to get dogs. But I think that's kind of a bit more in like real life as well. Like cats are a bit more low maintenance, whereas dogs need a bit more. So yeah, I think I struggled with that. So yeah, I can imagine they definitely have their own dog, and maybe it's been like a family dog, so they've had it for like years, and they live there with the dog, the son, and the dad. With the son, like, I mean, I don't feel like the room is very like gendered, so I don't really feel like it necessarily has to be a son. Like, you can have any teen live there and you could tweak the shades of colors and all that kind of stuff if you wanted to. But in my mind I was like, maybe he's also quite outdoorsy and he likes to do things with his dad. He likes to go to fishing, he likes to go on dog walks, he likes to like collect things as well maybe. But also like on the weekend when he's not doing other things like outdoorsy things with his dad, he's probably at home streaming or like playing games. So I did give him like did I give him like a proper streaming setup, or did I just give him a computer? I can't actually remember that part, so when it comes up, I'll see. But as you can see, I was tweaking around the shape so much because I was like, I need the room to feel like it's a good size, but then also the roof, and I wanted it to look good. So in the end, I do remember, like, I just made a little bump out for like the windows for the back room, which is the dad's room, and then I feel like the dad's room was a bit too big. Like, when I went to finish it, I was like, I've got space that I need to use up and I don't know what to do. So I did end up like putting things in the bedroom that I probably wouldn't have done before. So I think I put a chess table in the bedroom, which I never normally do. I never normally put a chess table in a bedroom, but I didn't know what to do with the space, so that's what happened. And he's got like chairs in there as well to be cozy and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, as you can see, I'm still tweaking it around with the roofs, because I like when the roofs all like all the ends of the roof are out unless they need to be tucked in. So like when I had to tuck them in and stuff, I wasn't happy about it. I wanted them out. And yeah, I did go with like white windows and like white doors, and I think the back door I used for the base game like red one, and it matched really well with the red paneling that I used to the outside, which I really liked the way it turned out. Sorry, I just knocked my mic because my eyebrow was itchy. But I feel like red always gives me like barn vibes. I don't know what it is. Like, when you think of a color, do you think of automatically like something? Because when I think of red, I always think of a barn. And especially this shade of red. This shade of red is specifically. But yeah, also another question. How long does it take you guys to build? Because I thought I was quite quick, but I don't think I am. I always get to editing and I'm like, oh my gosh. There's so much footage. And then I see other people and they're like, oh yeah, I'm working on this. And then like the next day they're like, okay guys, it's out, Speedball's out. And I was like, how did you have time to finish it, edit it, and like have it out on the next day? Like, I'm like, what? Because I feel like I have to give myself like ample amount of time to build and edit. So I built this at least 2 weeks ago now, and it was just a matter of editing it. And I felt like at the time I was just like in the mood to edit like in real time videos where I just talk in real time. I didn't really fancy doing a speed build, so this video was just not edited until, when did I edit this? Sunday, I think I edited this. I think Sunday or Saturday, I can't remember what day it was, but I edited it, and it wasn't as long as I thought it would be. And then today last night I couldn't sleep, so I edited a family dynamics challenge video, so that will be out on Thursday because I finished editing that. I just have to like go over it again to make sure the edit's okay. So yeah, I haven't built anything new recently, but I have in mind what I want to build next, and it's not a residential home. Next week you will get a speed build that is a residential home, because I've already filmed it. I just need to edit it. But I was looking at a build I did recently, and it was a base game build, and I had like them grow grapes in the back garden. You might remember this build, and I said that maybe their family have like a vineyard or some kind of winery, and then that way they kind of grow their own like grapes at home or something, or maybe at home they make some and then they sell them in like food stalls or just like festivals and things like that, but they generally have like an outside business that is like a winery. And then it got me thinking, I was like, I don't think I've ever built a lot that will have just like maybe I'm thinking of a restaurant essentially, but on the menu is only like the nectar, and maybe you can like have things like cheese or just like nibbles so just snacks, so it kind of feels like you're going to somewhere that you do wine tasting or something. So I had that in mind that I want to do that. So I'm planning on creating some kind of like wine style vineyard kind of thing, and then you can go there and it'll be a restaurant, but like all you can get there is like the wines. I say that with quotation marks because I'm pretty sure it's called nectar. And then like nibbles, so just like the tapas kind of stuff, or like I think is it called tapas? I think they've got like a pita and hummus, or they've got things like olives, and I think they've got like a cheese and meat platter. So things like that I would add to the menu. And then obviously some like veggie kind of options as well to make it so it's accessible to all your Sims needs. But I really, really want to do that. So I'm going to have to do some research and have a look on Pinterest to see like what I can imagine a build would look like and that style. But I'm excited. I feel like it'll be a cute build. I think it'll be a cute build to go to as well. Like a cute lot to go to for your Sims on like a date where it feels very romantic. I don't know how to say it like that, like a date. But I just thought it'll be cute and romantic. Let me know what you guys think. I think it'll be a cute idea. I think it'll be cute. I just hope I can execute it well. I just hope it will turn out the way I want it to turn out. But we'll see. So you would have seen I came up with a floor plan. I've added some fences, windows, doors. Now I'm adding in some of the flooring that I want for like to create a pathway. And then I'll go in after this with some landscaping, I believe. And I just create some like hedges around the build, and then add a few bits of landscaping, just some plants and things like that as well. And as you guys know, I like to close my builds a bit with the sidewalk slabs. It just makes me feel like I've started my own, like I've connected my build to the path that's already there. It just feels like it's a bit more seamless this way. So I try to always use those sidewalk slabs, even if I'm using another texture of like floor tiles somewhere else or whatever the case may be. There are some cute white flowers, and I think those white ones came from the high school years debug menu. Those are so cute, and I was looking through the debug menu the other day actually, because oh guys, I just realized as well, I've started to I feel like my voiceover today is all over the place, but I've started to upload a few of my streams to this YouTube channel. So if you didn't already know, I stream on Twitch twice a week. Sometimes it changes, sometimes I'm not able to stream just because life happens and things happen or whatever, but for the most part I stream twice a week on Twitch. I stream on Thursdays and Fridays, and last Thursday I started a shell challenge, so that video, the stream, is coming up soon. But if you want to join me this week for me to do the furnishing of the inside of the shell, and so you can see the shell build and we can talk about the rules and all that kind of stuff, then do come and join me on Twitch on Thursday, because that's when I'll be doing the like second part of the shell challenge stream, because it takes, like I said, it takes me a long time to build. So all I got done when the first episode was the floor plan and like roofing and the landscaping. So we're gonna go inside to sort out the floor plan a bit as well and get the shell done. But yeah, this is my second shell challenge. I've done one before and I turned the shell into a nightclub, and it was like a base game only shell challenge. And then this time round I'm doing a residential home, and the limited packs are base game, seasons, and high school years. If you don't have high school years, that's fine. Obviously just base game and seasons. I feel like a lot of people have seasons, so that's why I went with it. And I wanted to use high school years because it's a new pack and I just wanted to have fun with it some more. Obviously, if you just want to do the show and you just want to have fun with it, go crazy with the packs. I've only limited it so that I can see your builds that you do with the shell. If you want me to see the shell, then yeah, you can use those free packs I list. I mean, the 2 packs and plus base game. But if you just want to use my shell and have fun with it, then go ahead and do whatever you want. It's up the gallery, so it's free to use whatever. For whatever you want to use it for. So yeah, so my gallery ID is Sabythesimmer. If you want the shell, it's just called Sabby Shell. I believe it's called Sabby Shell 2. So if you want me to see it, use the hashtag Sabby Shell 2. I will put that in the description for you guys. But yeah, I'm excited to see what you guys do with it. It's only my second shell challenge, and I'm not expecting a huge amount of people to use it, but it'll be fun to see if people use it and what they create with it. I love watching other people's shell challenges. I never normally get involved because I feel like if I can't control where I put the roofs, it throws me off and I just don't know what to do with the build. So I did try Little Simsy's recent one, which I think was like a duck shape or something like that, or a chick, something like that. I tried that one, but the roofing threw me off and I just didn't know what to do with it. So yeah, I didn't actually finish that shell challenge. But hopefully maybe in the future I'll do one and I'll be okay with it. But so far all I'm doing is my own shell challenges because I've made them, so I kind of have an idea already in mind of roofing. So it'll be interesting to see what you guys do with the roofs and all that kind of stuff. I've only got one room that is like a circled or a curved wall, so I thought that'd be interesting to use, and I know what I'm going to do with that space. But yeah, if you want to come and see me work on my cell challenge, then please do join me on Thursday. And then Fridays we normally go back to the occult baby challenge, which I'm going to upload a clip, well, not a clip, I'm going to upload one of the streams I've done for one of the recent streams on the occult baby challenge onto this channel as well. So the streams are going to be a bit random. They're not going to be in like an order of exactly every single stream that I do. I just wanted to show you guys a bit of what happens on Twitch, and if you wanted to like watch it afterwards, because on Twitch it does remove after I think 2 weeks or something. I think it's like 2 weeks, I can't remember, so you can't see the video again. So I've just uploaded a few to YouTube so that you guys can see it even once it's kind of over. So yeah, I hope you guys look forward to that. So every Sunday you will get a stream video up on the YouTube. So yeah, subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss those videos and all my other videos on this channel. Also, I had to redo the terrain paints because when I came back into the game, because as you can see on the screen it says object sold and that wouldn't leave, so I had to like go into manage roles and come back, and when I did that the terrain paints had gone, so I had to redo them again, which you can kind of see in this clip here where I've come back to do the kind of outside a bit more. But anyway, we move. But I have spoken for the garden, I've spoken for everything. The garden, like I said, I just put the training equipment out there, as well as like I furnished the porch that they have as well, put some gardening bits up there as well. I can imagine the dad probably does some gardening as well. I was thinking maybe he makes his own pet treats, because I've never done that in the game before, but I know it's a possibility, so I thought it could be a good idea for him to make his own pet treats, and maybe he sells them as well to like the people who get their dog trained, or like just around Bridleton Bay, that kind of thing. So I feel like he's just known locally in Bridleton Bay for his dog training, his coach training, as well as like just making like these great healthy dog treats and stuff. So yeah, that's the vibe I had for him. I never know what to put in hallways, but I feel like I've cluttered up this home a lot more than any other builds that I've normally clutter up, and I like the way it looked. It looks lived in, and that's what I liked, and it's very warm. I used a lot of warm tones, a lot of warm wood tones, and some light wood tones as well. And I loved the base game wood that we got, the flooring that we got in the last update, because it's just used. It looks like authentic wood flooring. Like if you used to rip up carpet, that's what would be underneath, you know, and you would just like varnish it out or polish it out and then get a good finish on that wood. So that's why I use that one. I feel like it looks a bit more used and a bit more lived in, so I really liked it. With the kitchen and the bathroom, I went with the new high school years tiles for the floor, and also for the walls I just used the one that had like the backsplash and that really like nice trim at the top as well. I feel like it made the build look a bit more dated, and that was kind of the vibe that I was going for the interior, just make it look a bit more old, a bit more like lived in and used. I don't think it's necessarily a new home. I would imagine it's quite an old home, and maybe like the outside has been updated a bit more, but other than that it's a pretty old home. So the kitchen, I've gone with like the cottage living style cabinets and things. I just felt like it fit a bit better in here, and I do change the swatch to like the blue, yeah, with the light woods, because I just feel like it looks better than the green. The green was nice, but I just feel like I liked the blue instead. Is that blue or green? Do I even know what color I changed anything to? Maybe I can't tell the color, but I can't remember if I changed it to green. Is that green or blue? You guys have to help me. So yeah, just shuffling everything around. I originally had the fridge, as you would have seen, in the corner, and then I realized I could actually squeeze in a corner piece and put the fridge there and just shuffle around the door a bit more. And I've recently liked to do this thing where I like put some counters in the corner and have a little tea coffee moment, but it was quite a tight squeeze. I wanted to move the fridge as well, so it just meant I had to compromise on that area, but that's fine, I didn't mind that. So instead I just put the bin, no, next to the fridge I've put the dog bowl, and then I've put the bin on the other side of the wall. We've got some clutters on the wall, and what I've started to do is just like, as I'm going through the catalog, I'm pulling out other things that I want in other rooms, because I feel like it just made things so much easier to do that, instead of me basically just like trying to figure out what I'm going to put in each room as I'm there. I kind of just pulled out things as and when I kind of came to it and was like, yeah, I'll probably use that, so I'll pull that out and figure out when I get into that room. But yeah, we've got apron, we've got the dustpan and broom. I've put the little menu picture thingy up there as well next to the door, and also the dog leash thing next to the back door. I think that's such a cute little detail to add to back doors, and like just areas where you have the door so you can like get out to it. There are 2 exits to the porch and the garden. There's one from the kitchen and there's one from the living area. I just liked the idea of it. I feel like it turned out pretty well in that way, in that format I should say, so I just went with that. I had to place the cabinets myself because I didn't use the pieces that just snapped together. I was using my own kind of technique there, and then I put a bunch of clutter on the sides, and then I smoothly transitioned over to me basically just placing all the clutter. And I decided to put shelves underneath the window, which I thought was such a cute touch. I probably could have used shelves that were a bit more dated looking. I think these ones are quite modern and sleek, but I liked the way it worked with the countertops. I think it works well. So I just put a few items up there to just make it look like there's just extra space that needed to be used, and like they have a bunch of stuff. I can imagine he's a bit of a hoarder, so I just imagine that there was stuff there that probably was collecting dust, but it was still there. Nothing's changed. It's still gonna stay there, kind of thing. And yeah, just adding a bunch of clutter into the corners of the counters, because I just feel like that's how I kind of clutter up my counters. I just put them all in the corners in ways that will allow the Sims to still use other areas of the counters and not worry too much about the corners. I like to leave space for them to do their own thing. I feel like every one of my builds has the same clutter, to be fair, but I love using the kitchen roll, the fruit bowl, the dish rack. It's just staples when it comes to clutter in the kitchen. I also did a little trick where I put the tea towel, not a tea towel, well, it was in my head it's a tea towel, but it is just a towel from the bathroom, and I just put it and raised it up right underneath the, what do you call it, the shelf, and it makes it kind of just look like maybe it was attached to the shelf, or the shelf had like pegs on it and like you could hang the tea towel that way. So as you can see here, I'm just doing that now, and I added in a curtain or just a blind. And then here I've added in the coffee machine and like the mug set. I really love this little mug set. I wish it had more stuff like that though, like a mug rack, or do you know the ones that kind of look like a kitchen towel kind of rack? Those ones you can like hang little mugs on it. I want that. I don't know if we had that in the game and I just don't have it in the pack. Let me know. I don't know. And I just felt that the middle space of it just looked a bit too bare, so I decided to put a rug there, like a little circle rug from Laundry Day, and then a round table in the middle there as well. And I felt like it just added a little something, and then also put like a cutter piece on there as well. I think the cutter piece came from Movie Hangout, I think so. I can't remember now. But yeah, just a little rug in the middle. I don't go with that one. I go with the other Laundry Day one, the one that's like got several different colors in it. I just thought that matched in a bit better with the room and brought out some more of the colors from the room, as opposed to just being like dark and dim. I was right, it does look like that plant was actually from Movie Hangout, which is good because I never remember. But yeah, that's the rug that I used. And then once we finished with the kitchen, I moved on to, I'm sorry for the I'm going to try and cut them out. I moved on to the living space, which is also the dining space. I just put a dining table like in the corner next to the door, next to the like back door essentially to the porch. And like I said, I've pulled out a bunch of things as I was going around, so then I just pulled the decoration box over to the hallway. I've used the new blinds from the high school pack as well, because I feel like that pack came with a really good bunch of curtains. I wanted to use the new curtains in this build, but I don't know, it just didn't fit right, so I just decided to go with the blinds. And at first I was like, all the woods are too warm, the room looks too like matchy, so I decided to like warm up, to change the tone slightly. So I've gone with some like white woods and some dark woods just to mix it up, so that it's not all the same kind of tone, because I feel like that would just make it feel a bit too brown and boring. So I tried to bring in a bit of color with the dining room chairs. You can see as I use the paranormal stuff pack ones. And I'm still waiting to find out if the Sims are going to announce if stuff packs are completely finished, if kits have taken over. They haven't mentioned anything, so I don't know what the stuff pack situation is, because I think paranormal stuff pack was a really, really good one, especially for builders. Like, they had some really nice swatches and patterns on there, and very cute for like boho style homes, or just homes that have a bit more of like a woven or like a wicker style furniture that you want to use. Or just, I mean, the sofa is so nice because it comes with like the throws and the clutter kind of cushions and stuff on it as well. Just like little details like that are really, 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 really nice in this game. Otherwise it could just look really boring. So yeah, I really appreciate that pack. It was a really good pack. I haven't used the gameplay. I will use it when I get to the Cold Baby challenge, because I'll probably have to summon Bonehilda if I can get the words out, so we can have a baby with her. And yeah, but the living area, what I normally do is like I fill out the edges and then kind of work my way in. That's what I've noticed I've done anyway. And I've noticed that if the room is quite big and I don't fill almost every area, the room just looks really empty or bare. So as you can see, I've got like the cluster of pictures above the little cats and dogs chair. I can't remember if it's cats and dogs or my first pet stuff. And then next to it, I've got a little dresser, a little end table, I should say, with a lamp. And then we've got like the magazine rack, and then I think I put a plant there as well. And then on the other side, I put the bed, and then you can see I'm gonna put the jukebox next to it as well. I wasn't sure about the fireplace situation. I wasn't sure if anything would catch on fire, but hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully your Sims are safe with the way that I've decorated this room. And then I did end up putting the TV on top of the fireplace. And like you can see, I'm just putting out a bunch of stuff. And I can't remember who I watched. I think it's Simlissy. And she pulls out the feathers in the debug menu that your cats and dogs, I don't know if dogs also find feathers and stuff, but I didn't realize that if you put them on the wall, they become pictures of the bird that the feathers come from. I had no idea. So when I see Simlissy use it, I was like, yep, this is the perfect build to use it in, because they're like adventurous kind of people. It made sense that they probably do collect things, or maybe he does bird watching as well. Like everything related to outdoors. I was like, this is the sim that does it. Everything you can think of, the sim does it. If they're outdoors, they're doing it. That's what they're doing. And then I've given them a desk there as well. I also used a typewriter, which I thought was kind of cute. I can't imagine that they write a lot or use it that often, but maybe it's more of like an antique kind of thing. Like they bought it at like not a thrift store, like a charity shop or something like that, which I guess would be a thrift store. I don't know if that's the same thing in like other places, but yeah, maybe just got it at like a charity shop or something. Just to move some pictures around. Struggled a bit with the sofa and what sofas to use, but I went with this blue one, which I believe I've used this swatch in another build at some point as well, but I just went with the blue sofas and the rug, put the table in the middle, and then like cluttered it up as well. And then the bathroom, I kept kind of simple. I put all the furniture in that I wanted, and then I was like, maybe we should add a washing machine. So in the end, I ended up changing it a bit and added in a washing machine and added in a clothes line in the back garden, which I can't remember if I show you me doing that, me adding the clothes rail, but it is in the garden, kind of near the fence area. I wanted the bathroom to look a bit dated, so I used the base game cabinets that I feel like, not cabinets, the counters that kind of look a bit more, I don't know, they're a bit more dated, a bit more traditional looking, so I think that's why I went with those ones. And then I kind of just like added on clutter pieces as well. I wasn't sure what other clutter pieces to kind of put on the counters. I feel like I use the same ones all the time, to be fair. I know the towel, and as you can see, I've just pulled out a bunch of stuff that I wanted to use, which I think I'm going to just do in the future, because I get really indecisive and I'll be scrolling through the catalogue for ages, so I think it's better if I just show you guys all the stuff I pulled out and then me fiddling around and position it in the way that I want to position it in. Put the little plunger in there from the debug menu, and also I put a bin next to the toilet as well, which I thought was a cute little detail. And then we've got the iron board in there. I kind of, like I said, I imagine it a bit of a hoarder. It's probably not an organized mess, it's probably just all over the place kind of stuff. So I can imagine that the iron board is just in there, and like random stuff is just kept in the bathroom that probably doesn't need to be in the bathroom, but just is because they don't know where else to put it. So that's what came to mind. I was going to add some like wall decorations in terms of like some like peeling wallpaper or something, or tile, but I just left it out. I think it's fine if I don't do that. And as you can see here, I'm trying to figure out where to put the washing machine. But in the end, I just put it there, and then I end up using the laundry day, what do you call it, like shelf, the shelf unit piece, and then I just put that right underneath not underneath, I put that right above the washing machine, and then I end up getting rid of like the laundry basket that's from Parenthood, and then putting one that's actually functional. And then I think I sized down the picture of the map and put it so it looks like it's sitting on top of the shelf for the laundry day shelf. I just thought it looked cute. It was a nice little detail there. And then I always like to do the robe on the door. I don't know why, but it's just one of my favorite things to do now. I just like the idea of like a robe just sitting there on the door, just like this little hook, and it's just ready to be used when you jump out the shower. I don't personally use a robe when I come out the shower. I use a towel. Like I use the robe around my house if I just feel a bit cold. But yeah, this is the teenager's room. So I went with the Dream Home Decorator wallpaper as like a feature wall, and then I've gone with like some light woods. I think a bit more of an orangey wood for this room, and given them a couple of posters as well. I put the chair from the high school years pack. There's one that comes in a black swatch, and then it's got like green, is it a trim or like a piping? I can't remember what it's called. I know there's a name for it, but I can't remember what it's called. So I gave it, yeah, the sofa that they have is the green one, a black one with a green piping, and I kind of matched the desk chair to that as well. And as you can see, I've kind of skipped to the part where I've pulled out everything that I wanted, so you guys can see what I'm doing. And then this bit I kept in because I wasn't sure if I was going to do a built-in wardrobe, In the end, did I? I can't remember if I did. I don't think I did. I think I got rid of it. I can't remember now. But I think I tried to do a built-in wardrobe. This is what I mean by kind of like dead space. Like this bump out here, I wish I didn't have to have. Like I could have just blocked it off and like not thought about it, but instead I was like, maybe I'll like put it to use or kind of do something with it. So I did keep it in the end. And now I'm like, oh, probably could have just got rid of it. Probably could have just like cut it off so that it was like just a straight wall. I didn't have to think about this little bump out, but I needed it so that the roofs could work better. But for the room, it's just a bit of a faff, really, isn't it? In the end, I didn't go with the built-in wardrobe. I just went with like the chest of drawers situation that came with the high school pack as well. And you can see here I'm shuffling everything around. I end up putting the sofa where the bay window is, and then the bed actually stays in that position on the wall that has a little bump out, and then the desk I believe is there as well, like stays in that position. And then I put all the clutter in all the posters and everything on the wall with the actual like the feature wall area, which I'm surprised it didn't really clash a lot. Like I thought putting posters and stuff on the wall that's already got a pattern on it might be a bit much, but I think it worked out fine. And I like the way it matches in with the tone of blue that I've used for the other wallpaper as well. That I've just taken out some of the colors from that and figured out what wallpaper would match it well, and this blue one really did, which is one of my favorite shades of blue, to be fair, when it comes to this wallpaper, the one with like the trim. I love using that wallpaper, and it has a really nice swatch of blue on it as well. I went with a hanging plant, but I ended up putting that near the window, like behind the sofa, and then giving them some like extra clutter as well, laundry basket. I put down some of the clutter, like clothes pieces that came with the high school years pack as well, a mirror. I also put down a guitar because I was just like, what else is there for the sim to do? And sometimes I always forget about skills and like having them have multiple things to do. Sometimes I'm like, oh, they're a gamer and you just give him a computer. But this time around I was like, yeah, he might be gaming, but maybe he likes to stream him playing music as well. Like maybe he makes his own music for his stream alerts or something, I don't know. So part of me was just like, I wanted to include that guitar in there so they had something else to do as well. And then I've put a bunch of like clutter in there, the dresser. I really like the way it turned out with the shoes tucked there and like the clothes and everything. This rug, oh, so cute, with the clouds in it, like the gold brownie clouds, so cute. I liked the way it kind of clashed a bit as well, because it was a teen's room. I didn't want it to feel like it was like designed by a designer. I wanted it to feel like a teen had chosen the different elements to put in the room and they just put it together, and it doesn't actually match, but that's how they like it. Originally I was going to go with like having the curtains have those kind of like boho style ones in the middle, but then in the end I was like, I don't think it really matches the room, so I just thought I'd just go with all the black ones, and I did have to place them myself because the windows were being a bit funny, but I wasn't mad at that situation. I just shuffle things around and it worked out fine. And then yeah, as you're gonna see, I'm adding in the guitar because I was like, what else is this child gonna do? Also, that's a child, the teen's gonna do. I also put the football in there. I forgot I did that, but I put the football there as well. Maybe they play football as well. I was like, maybe this teen is literally a jack of all trades. His dad's a coach, so I'd imagine they'd probably be on the football team as well, just because his dad's there and he'd be like, yeah, okay, I'll be on the team. But I can imagine he just does a lot of different things. He's very much like, I want to try it, I want to give everything at least one try. That's the kind of vibe I had for the teen. I just thought that they would be a bit more adventurous and just want to try a bunch of different things, which I can definitely understand. You're a teen, you want to understand what your likes and dislikes are, so you want to try a bunch of different things. I wish I was like that as a teen. I'm not scared of doing everything, but that's how I imagine some teens are. They want to try a bunch of different things. They can understand what it is they like and don't like, and have a better idea of what they want to do in the future, just generally to have fun or whatever the case may be. So I did really struggle with how I wanted to kind of set out this room. Like I said, it was just big, and then the room size was a bit of an awkward position, and I didn't know how to fit in this wardrobe, so I went in with a built-in wardrobe, and I know it's like 4 tiles wide, so I felt like that just took up a bit more space and I didn't have to think about it. But I ended up moving things around, so where I've currently got the chair and the little side table, I end up putting the bed on that position. I keep the I thought I put a chess table, but it's actually the cards table, which I don't know how weird that is to like invite someone to your room to play cards. Like, you probably have a separate room for that, but I feel like he has a bunch of like really close friends, so that just makes sense for them. I could have probably put it in the living area. There's probably a bit of space for it, but I just left it. Or I could have even put it on the porch. Like, that could have been cute to put on the porch and they play cards there. But it is what it is. I put it there and it's fine. And like I said, I wanted it to feel like a bit of a mix match kind of style. I didn't want it to match too much, So I did go in with a lot of dark brown tones to kind of match in with the woods, but I also just brought in a bunch of different things that I just felt like he probably collected, or maybe he bought at like an antique show or something. Even got that little poster up there. Maybe as a child, like not as a child, but like when he was younger, maybe he worked on cars. So he's just like very hands-on, very much like into like physical labor, doing things with his hands, getting dirty, just doing whatever he can to make money. I can imagine that he just did whatever he could to make money, and part of that was just working on cars, and maybe it was like training dogs, all those kind of things. And then he's just now like a jack of all trades kind of guy, which I guess why the teen is kind of similar. Like they see their dad doing a bunch of different things, and they just like, I want to try a bunch of different things. And his dad has a better understanding of what he likes as well now because of that. So yeah, I added a bunch of clutter to this table that I've put under, like next to the door and next to the the wardrobe. And yeah, we're coming to the end because I finished this bedroom and then I pretty much end it here. So I just want to say thanks for watching this video. Sorry about all the rambling. I feel like I haven't done a speed build voiceover so long. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, do give it a like. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And again, if you want to see me build on stream, play on stream, come and follow me over on Twitch. The link is in my description. This build is also up on the gallery. The gallery ID is Sabythesimmer. I hope you have a great day, guys, and I'll see you on Thursday for a new video. The screenshots are to come. Stay tuned. Enjoy them. I shall see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye.